Ever since I was a little girl, my dad has told me, do something that you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Back in 8th grade, an organization came to my school soliciting students to volunteer. I was intrigued by the opportunity and decided to try something new. Over my 6 years of working with the Great Lakes Adaptive Sports Association, I was not only rewarded by the impact I was making on the participants, but also the lasting impression they left on me. GLASA, whose tagline is, "Let no one sit on the sidelines," is an organization that provides inclusive recreational, fitness, and competitive sports activities for individuals with physical and visual impairments. One of their main programs is Camp Trek, which is a week-long camp in the summer that involves a variety of sports like kayaking, golf, bicycling, lacrosse, tennis, water skiing, and more. I've been a one-on-one counselor at the camp since I got involved with the organization. Camp is rough. I have to be there from 7:15 to 4 o'clock every day, and we spend majority of our time outside in the sun. It involves a lot of activity and endurance. After the Monday of my first year, I was pretty tired out and definitely struggled getting up Tuesday morning. But by the time Wednesday morning rolled around, I was getting there early and leaving late. To most people, everything we do at camp would be considered work. It involves physical labor and long days, but camp has never felt like work to me. Camp has been something that I look forward to year-round. No matter how tough the end of the school year is, I know Camp Trek is patiently waiting for me, and that makes it all worth it. As soon as that last day of camp ends, I count down the days until next summer's camp. During my time at Camp Trek, there have been many individuals that have positively impacted my life, but there's one that stands out in particular, Zan. I met him 2 years ago, and we had an instant connection. I've never met an individual who knows more about hockey than Zan does. You can name any game from any playoff series in the last 5 or so years, and he can give you pretty much any stat you'd like. I can sit and talk about hockey with him for hours, and we usually do. He and I quickly became close. He wasn't my assigned camper, but we spent majority of the week together. After camp, we exchanged addresses and became and remained pen pals. Camp Trek made me realize that working with children with disabilities was something that I loved. Zan's friendship came so easily. Regardless of age or ability, Zan and I had a connection that made for a solid friendship. Zan taught me that no matter how many odds are against you, you can still come out on top. And because of him, I want to foster that belief in other children. If I have to choose one thing to do for the rest of my life, being a special education teacher is at the top of my list. Once I came to U of I obviously knew what I wanted to do. I was already enrolled in classes that prepared me for the SPED program, and I was involved in Best Buddies and Epsilon Delta. However, there was one event that happened my first semester here that really solidified my desire to become a special education teacher and an advocate for individuals with disabilities. One weekend night, I headed out with my friends to go to a party at our friend's fraternity house. All of their parties are in the basement, and you enter through a door that leads right to the stairs. As we approach the door, I realize there's a bit of a holdup. A decent amount of guys huddled around the top of the staircase, just standing there. I wiggle my way through to see 2 other guys, somehow descending the stairs on their hands with their wheelchairs in tow. At first, I was in complete shock. I attend a pretty well-known university that is supposed to have mature, competent, and intelligent students. But right in front of me is a large group of capable guys simply staring at these 2 men struggling, going down one stair, then pulling their wheelchair down one, and repeating. Once I finally gather my thoughts, I push my way through and catch up to the 2 guys going down the stairs. I simply ask them, "Hey, do you want me to carry your chair down for you?" They both look at me, clearly shocked that I offered to do this, and smiled. They let me grab their chairs for them, and they met me at the bottom. Both of them were incredibly appreciative, and they went on their way into the party. I wait for my friends and the rest of the people by the door to come down, and I can't help but hear them all whispering, "Why are they here? What are they doing at a party like this?" Fighting back some choice words, I turned around and simply said, "They're here for the same reason we are. They're just normal college kids like you and me." This is why I want to be a special education teacher. I want to be an advocate for my students, and I want to teach them to be an advocate for themselves. I want everyone to be aware of their needs, but to focus on their abilities rather than disabilities. I want to foster the belief that they can do anything they set their minds to, just like any other student.